Hi, I'm Tricia Farron, Realtor from William Ravis Real Estate in Newtown, Connecticut, and you're watching Keeping the Real in Real Estate. Homeowners know that they need to take care of their lawn and either take care by doing it themselves or hiring a company. But many times they don't even think that the trees and shrubs on their property need love too. Today I'm here with Jessica from Bartlett Tree. She's an arborist and super knowledgeable about things I don't know at all, and will help me determine what's going to be the best course of action of maintaining my trees. Now, I've been working with Bartlett for many years, and they come every year to take a look at our trees and make sure that they're healthy and thriving. But this year we have a little extra care. I'd like her to take a look at my gardens, to take a look at my shrubs. So Jessica, when you're taking a look at the trees, what are you looking for?
I'm looking for a few different things. It's really important that they are in the right location. That's one of the things that we see a lot of the times, where people will plant trees that outgrow the space eventually. So we want to make sure they're in a good location in terms of sunlight. You'll want to make sure that you're pruning your trees, especially if they are a tree that outgrows the space pretty quickly. You might want to have an arborist come out and prune the tree every year or so.
I know that one of the benefits that we've had from having Bartlett come out and looking at our trees is during storm time. Our trees are not falling down on our house. They're not falling down on power lines. We don't have large branches on our lawn. And it's because of the ongoing care that Bartlett has been taking and making sure that the trees have been pruned properly. So that's been a real lifesaver and a peace of mind for us. What time of year do you think is the best time to consider these evaluations?
Absolutely in the winter time. That is when we're able to see the tree trunks, we're able to see the structure of the branches and make sure that there's nothing going on there. We're better able to see any dead branches that are in the canopy, and we're able to really give a whole tree evaluation much more than when the leaves are on the trees.
Awesome. This is why we freeze every year going around the property. So this year, I asked Jessica to take a look at our gardens. When we moved into the house about a dozen years ago, we waited 1 year to see what was going to grow and what it would look like. Not knowing what I was doing, I cleaned out the stuff that looked ugly and just started planting. And now all my gardens are completely overgrown. I have tall bushes in front of short flowers. Nothing looks the way I want. I still get weeds. Everything's a problem. So I've asked Jessica to take a look at our plants to see if there's anything we can salvage. So I really hate killing the plants. And if they can use and thrive in a better part of our property, I'd much rather see that than just see them hacked away. And then to give us some ideas about what else we could put in the empty spaces so that we're not dealing with a maintenance issue every year and that it looks beautiful. So let's take a look at some of the gardens. I'm dying to hear what you have to say.
Okay, I'm excited. So what I see here is that when these trees were planted, they were a lot smaller than they are now, and there wasn't much foresight about how big these trees would grow to be. You can see that we have the arborvitae here that's blocking the window, so they can't see out and they're not getting much sunlight. And the same thing is happening with this arborvitae. Because of the size of these trees, we recommend that we just remove them entirely. It would be quite a project to have to do a transplant, and the chances of survival would be limited.
I see.
So we would take those out. This Andromeda we would be looking to move back into the location over here, trying to give it a little bit more space, back in this, right where the arborvitae is. And then removing this arborvitae here would allow this false cypress to really grow into that space. And moving that Andromeda would also allow this shrub to have a lot more space and fill back in.
So by giving it space, does that mean that its growth is going to accelerate and we're going to have another large shrub problem in a couple of years?
So this tree doesn't tend to grow super tall, the shrub that's going to remain. We'll have to keep pruning it. You can see that it's trying to break out of its weeping form up top, but it really wouldn't outgrow. It'll have quite a bit of space to fill in and before it becomes a problem.
So we're going to be able to, just by removing a couple of trees, help the ones that are staying really thrive. Do you plan on adding in any additional ones here?
I don't think we need to. There's already a good number here. It's a little bit overcrowded as it is, so I think it'll be a nicely spaced garden once we take the arborvitaes out.
That's awesome. So we're going to be doing the same process with all the gardens that we have all throughout the property. And we'll have to talk about what's going to make best sense for our budget and the timing. And this might be a multi-year project. We'll have to see. But this is the kind of maintenance that we do every single year, going through, pruning trees, talking about the health and the recommendations. Sometimes I have these incredibly large willows that are in the front of my house that block the driveway view when we're leaving. So they prune them every year. And now they put, can you explain a little bit about the growth retardant, is that correct?
Yeah, we use a product that's a growth regulator. And basically what it does is it makes it so that the twigs don't expand as long in the springtime and their leaves are smaller. And so it's actually a great product. If you have a tree that's outgrowing its space, you can try to, reduce the amount of growth that it's putting on every year.
That's been so helpful because the trees are ridiculous. I absolutely love them. They're beautiful, but not knowing, I planted them in the wrong spot and now they're too big. I don't want to kill them. So we spend a ton of money every year getting these plants to stay at a place where we can leave our driveway without killing ourselves getting onto the road. And that has been great because now it kind of at least maybe goes every other year instead of every year. But this is the kind of conversation that we're having. And if you're just taking care of your lawn, you're really missing an opportunity to make sure that your entire landscape is healthy and beautiful and adding value to your property. So thank you for watching. This is Keeping the Real in Real Estate. Until next time.